here. If you're in healthcare, there's every single day people come in all the time. Like we had some, for instance, and like there's a lot of data that comes in about people who come in, how long do they stay, when do they leave, how much does it cost. There's lots of different data. So what a person who's an expert in data analytics and data visualization can do is they could like look at all that data, they could see certain trends that are going on, and they could figure out how to save money or how to make money for the healthcare institution. And they would present that data analytics, that data visualization to the heads of the health organization. And they would say to them, okay, we see certain trends going on over here. You should see, we're going to make a recommendation that you should put money over here. You should take money away from here. This is a waste of money. And if you want to have more beds available, you have to do this, this, and this. That would be a good way of doing it. So a person who does data analytics and data visualization, let's say in healthcare, can help create a more efficient business and make more money. And the same thing, let's say if it's in real estate, same thing can be done as well. You could study like what's going on with the market, what are trends of dealing with people, what would be a good way for a person who's running a real estate organization, like what kind of demographics should they focus on, what kind of things should they be putting out there. So data analytics and data visualization can gather the data and present that data in a way which is effective, which could help, it's called make actionable insights.
So can you walk us through some of the skills that people would learn at your courses that they would be able to then implement in either a healthcare situation or a real estate or a local small business here in Toronto, something like that?
Sure, absolutely. So the first thing you need to do is you have to learn how to deal with data. Like what kind of data is there? How do you clean data? How do you categorize data? So every company, every business, every industry has a different type of form of data. So we teach in our programs, we teach people how to use what are called relational databases, SQL, SQL, or also Excel. Excel is like that. So you have to learn how to manage data, how to work with data, how to create what are called pivot tables, different types of tables that deal with that data. And then after you deal with that data, you have to ask certain questions about that data and how to present that data and certain problems that data can be used in order to solve. So that's where throughout the course we teach SQL, we teach Excel how to work with data, how to manage data. Then after that, how to visualize data, how to tell stories with data. That's the most important thing. Like what kind of narrative are you going to tell? And that's what in our course we teach all those phases about what data is, how to work with it, how to categorize it, how to use it in a relational database, how to use Power BI, a Microsoft platform to present that data. And then the most important thing in the end is how to tell a story with the data. And we have what are called capstone presentations that are presented at different companies where they pitch their, let's say every single student will have a capstone project and they'll like look at a certain area. Let's imagine like somebody's interested in music or in videos or something. So they could like look into data sets that deal with music or deal with videos. They could show certain types of trends and they could tell a story with the data that they have, which will give an actionable insight to, let's say, for them, let's say a person who is in the music industry or works in video and YouTube and is interested in making money off of YouTube. I could offer actionable insights after learning, like taking through the process of how they looked at the data, how they clean the data, how they categorize the data, how they visualize the data. And these are the things that they could learn from the data in order to make money or to be successful in this or that discipline. So these are the skills in our class that we teach, and they're valuable for every single industry. And the interesting thing about Toronto is that in the Jewish community, I talk with people within the community who are business owners, is a lot of them don't know how to deal with their data. They have a lot of data and they don't know how to deal with it. It's an interesting thing. They might know about profits and loss. They have bookkeepers, they have accountants, and they see certain things that are working out. They have meetings about it, but they don't have a person to tell them a story about their data. And the story about their data is like a story about their company. It's like the missing story, the narrative about, what is this company? What's going on inside of it? What certain trends are happening? It's kind of like a doctor who's offering a diagnosis and telling the patient, this is a story about what's going on within you, what's going on.